Hello, everyone. Welcome. I would like to say hi to Myers. Hello, bro and sis. Hope you guys are doing good. And we got Debbie, awesome Debbie. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight, it'll be short stories of people, dreams they had that are scary and stuff like that, that they decided to share. So, I got quite a few. I don't know how long this will last, this live stream, but like I said last week, you can always hop off and come back tomorrow and watch what you missed. And if you came in late, you can always watch the replay. And again, like I said, thank you everyone for coming. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I sure did. It was my grandson's first birthday, and we had lots of fun. He's just a funny little clown. So I guess I will start. And if there's people that come in, please greet them like you always do. You're all so awesome. And I'll be checking the chat. And if I see new people popping in, I will say hi. So, okay. I'm going to explain a bit like what we're getting into tonight. It's scary dreams that and their meanings. Well, I don't really have the meanings. I looked through and I don't know why it says that. Maybe there's another page and I'll do it another day. So here we go. Scary dreams and their meanings. Uh, I'll read stories about the evil clowns, ghosts, demons, and dead relatives that haunt your nightmares. Yeah, so that's the kind of dreams that these people have been having. Hello, Nicole. Welcome. You're just on time. So, for the first story, it's called Dreams or Reality. They gave it a title to their dreams. Okay, let's start. When I was 12, I had a dream in two parts, spread it over 2 nights. On the first night, I was walking through the desert and my mother showed up out of nowhere. She was desperate to tell me something. She said, "This is a dream. Please open your eyes and wake up." So I did. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, I was awake, but completely confused. On the second night, I was walking through the same desert, but my mother uh, was nowhere to be seen. Then I remembered what she told me, so I tried to wake up. I closed my eyes, and when I opened them, I found myself on a rack in a medieval prison, being tortured by some sort of monster. There were lots of other people in that prison, and they were all terrified. The monsters looked at me in shock and started telling me something went wrong. This wasn't supposed to happen. They told me to go back to the dream. I tried, but I couldn't do it, and the longer it took, the more terrified they became. Eventually, I closed my eyes and woke up in my bedroom. Okay. That's kind of weird. Face the A's. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. So I'll go on to the next story. And the next story is called Psycho Troll Doll. When I was 4, I had a dream where I was being chased through my school by a knife waving troll doll. He was 6 feet tall and he put the knife to my mother's neck. He laughed minutiously, and it echoed down the hallway. Then he slit her throat. He held up her slivered head by the hair, and her decapitated body was twitching on the ground. He was he dropped her head and started towards me. I turned and ran as fast as I could. I felt a hand grasping my ankle, and then I woke up. Oh, see how gross that was? Oh my gosh. Janet, hello, hello. Yes, vicious. There's quite a few that are going to be like that, you know. So these are nightmares we have to remember, but ooh, just keep that in mind. Very vicious. That's a cycle troll doll for you. Okay, this one's called The Dirty Mattress. In the dream, it was Halloween and I was walking around when I saw a haunted house. A bunch of people were going inside, so I went in too. The house felt really eerie and I heard someone groaning. I found the sound and found the room it was coming from. Sorry if you hear a train, guys. Inside, my boyfriend was lying on a dirty mattress with his hands and feet chained to the floor. His face was all bloody and beaten. I went to help him, but suddenly a dark mass threw the door open and engulfed me. When I came, when I could see again, my boyfriend was gone, and I was now the one chained to the mattress. Somehow I knew the only way for me to free myself from an eternity in this room was if I could trick someone and get them to come in so they could take my place. Okay. You like the green hairs. You hear the train choo choo. Okay, so the next story is Evil Grandmother. When I was 10, I had a dream that I was in hell and my grandmother was the devil. She had me on an operating table and was cutting me open with a big knife. Then all her little old lady buddies came over to join in. They took out my heart and my intestines and they were squishing them and laughing. Then I looked over and saw my dad on another operating table. He was getting brain surgery. He opened his eyes, which were completely white, and started screaming. Okay. I wonder if these people had weird snacks before they went to bed and started dreaming about all this. Hi, Christina. Nice to see you, Janet. Okay, so the next dream is called Killer Paintings. I had a dream once where I was in a house with my family. My uncle asked me to come with him. He led me to another room where there were bizarre paintings of dead people everywhere. All of a sudden, I realized the people in the pictures were my family. I ran back to the other room and found my entire family lying dead in the exact same pose as in the paintings. I turned around and my uncle was standing there holding a picture of him and me. He had a saw in one hand and my severed head in the other. Severed head again. Oh gosh. Really creepy. Yes, nightmares. Lots of nightmares. I just hope you guys won't have these nightmares because of me. Fancy Faye, hello. Okay, this one is called Zombie Songs Are Infectious. In the dream, I was watching the evening news and it said that there had been a zombie outbreak near my area. They said the zombies apparently sang a tune that made your heart dance to the music. All of a sudden, I heard some singing outside the window. My heart began jumping in my chest. The zombies appeared at the window, broke through it, and started to tear me limb for limb. Limb from limb. Ooh. So he got attacked by the zombies. Sean, hello, Sean. Nice to see you. So these are definitely nightmares. Okay, this one is called The Digging Clown. I had a dream about an evil clown digging my grave in our front yard. I woke up completely freaked out and looked out the window to see our neighbor digging up his front yard. That is weird. Is he the clown? Yeah, that's scary. Okay, this one. E.T., the evil terrestrial. E.T., yeah, the movie from Spielberg. Okay. In my dream, it was dark and I was lying in bed. I got up and looked out my bedroom window. I saw a figure in the playground across the road. It was slowly creeping up the stairs and walking to the curb. It was E.T. from the Spielberg movie. He was hunched over and foaming at the mouth. He looked up at my bedroom window, reached out with his glowing red finger and pointed directly at me. Then he started running towards my house. I jumped back in bed, covered myself with my blankets, and lied there trembling. I heard the front door open. There was an uneasy silence. Then I heard rapid footsteps climbing the stairs. Outside my bedroom door, I heard wheezing, huffing, and puffing. My bedroom door slowly cracked open. The wheezing slowly got closer and closer until I felt like it was right next to my head. Then the blankets were ripped off and I suddenly woke up. Ah, terrible. So that's the bad ET. This one, Amusement Park of the Dead. Wow. These are dreams, guys. I'm sure they had a bad snack before they went to bed. And for sure, it's like, come on, how do you dream of this? or they have an extra amazing imagination. One of the two. Amusement Park of the Dead. I had a reoccurring dream. Reoccurring dream. That means it's a dream that would repeat itself like every night. I had a reoccurring dream where I was at an amusement park. The sky was dark and overcast. All of the rides were rusty and broken down, but for some reason they were still moving. At first, I thought there were people on the rides, but then I realized they were actually rotting corpses. Every time the ride went around a corner or over a bump, the corpse slumped from side to side. I was the only living person in the whole park. The dream kept coming back probably 3 or 4 times before it finally stopped, and I always woke up sobbing and terrified. I would too. Where did everybody go? Debbie, hello. Welcome. Nice to see you all. Thanks for coming, guys. Okay, this one is the evil Rugrats. I don't know if you guys remember the TV show, the cartoon, the Rugrats. Well, this is it right here. Someone dreamt about this. Okay, evil Rugrats. I had a dream when I was 7 years old. My whole class were in the assembly hall. Then the principal came to the stage and made an important announcement. Important announcement. But no one understood what he was saying. He walked out and closed the door. Then the Rugrats came through the main door and stood there while we all looked at them. There was there was Tommy and Angelica and the rest. All of a sudden, they turned a sicky shade of blue and their bodies began stretching, making a sound like nails on a chalkboard. They stretched out grotesquely until they were over 8 feet tall. Then they began chasing us. When they touched someone, the person would stretch into and become one of them. We just panicked and ran around the room, but eventually they got to everyone. When my best friend was turned into one of them, they all stopped running and stood looking at me, crouched in the corner. I was the only one left. Then Tommy stretched out his arms to touch me, and I woke up screaming. Wow. These are scary, aren't they? I just hope I won't dream about them. These are things we like stopped and we never stop and think of or whatever. How can you make up a dream like this? Okay, this one. The title is Valentine's Day is Friday the 13th. I was thinking just the title, like, no, it can't be. No. Valentine's Day is always the 14th. So there's a Friday the 13th before Valentine's Day. So whatever. Let's read and see what happens in this dream. In my dream, I was in grade 2 and it was Valentine's Day. We were making cards for our parents. I was at my desk happily cutting out pink construction paper into the shape of a heart. My teacher came over and said, I have a special card for you. She gave me a red card with hearts on it. Inside were the words, "Your mom will die on Friday the 13th." I looked at my teacher in shock, and she said, "It will really come true." Then I realized that it was Friday the 13th and I had to reach my mom somehow before the words in the card came true. But I was frozen to the spot and couldn't move. I woke up feeling so shaken that I had to go check on my mom. This dream happened 12 years ago, and since then, every Friday the 13th, I have to call and check on my mom to make sure she's still alive. Whew. Wow, that is scary. Oh, I'm gonna go check that out, Debbie. Right here. I'm gonna go check that. Go check this out, guys. Wow, yeah. Okay, the next one, attack of the grizzly bear. Okay. I had a nightmare where my friend and I were in this forest and we came to a clearing. There was a nice house with a yard and a fence around it. We were walking up the driveway when we spotted a little boy running out to greet us. He was all smiles and he was waving and shouting, "Hello." As soon as the child was 10 feet away from us, we heard a loud growl and all of us froze in fear. We turned and saw a massive grizzly bear standing on its hind legs and staring directly at us. The bear suddenly smashed through the fence and went straight for the little one. With one mighty sweep, it ripped off the boy's face, then grabbed him by the head and started shaking him violently. Oh my gosh. We screamed and ran for our lives as the bear devoured him and his guts were flying everywhere. I was running as fast as I could, but I tripped over the roots of a tree and fell on my face. The bear closed in on me and began eating me alive. I woke up in a cold sweat. Wow. No, come on. That was scary. Where's Bat Rican? I don't know. He's probably sleeping. He's probably sleeping. Okay, let's continue. Okay, first person shooters become real in dreams. Okay, let me see. This man took me into an apartment complex. I had no idea what was going on. He took me into this small room. It was old and had only one bare light bulb hanging from the ceiling. There was a door with a padlock on it. He picked up two guns that were lying on a small table and handed one to me. "I'll go first," he told me. He unlocked the door and we went inside. It was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I was shaking like crazy because I was so scared. Then suddenly I heard him screaming at the top of his lungs, and there was a gunshot. Then everything went silent. I inched towards through the darkness looking for the exit. Then I heard weird noises coming from above me. It sounded like a low growling sound. I switched on my flashlight and saw two of the most hideous creatures I have ever seen in my life. Before I could react, they pounced on me, and the last thing I saw was their red eyes, black hair, sharp teeth, and creepy smiles as they devoured me. I woke up shaking with fear. I would have too. Oh my gosh. Charmaine, hello. Ah, yeah, darn notifications. Okay, so remember, guys, please like and share. It really helps the channel. Okay, this dream is called Little Victorian Girl. Oh, I once had a dream that I saw a little girl standing in front of me. She had her back to me, and she was wearing a Victorian dress and had her hair cut in a bob. When I reached out and tapped her on the shoulder, she turned around. She had the head of a turtle. It still creeps me out to think about it. Okay, she had a turtle head. That's weird. Okay, this one is called Because I Hate You. Okay. In my dream, I was in a dark alley and a big truck pulled up in front of me. A tall, dark figure got out of the truck and pointed a shotgun at me. What? I asked, "What do you want?" And he replied, "I want to kill you." I asked him why, and he said, "Because I hate you. And every time I try to kill you, I in real life, you somehow manage to get away." Then, just as he was about to pull the trigger, I woke up. Okay, so he's trying to kill him in real life too, and he always runs away. So he went in his dream. What is this? Uh, Freddy? Ooh, scary. The Burning Man. Okay, the Burning Man. These are so creepy. I'm glad I didn't dream these. Imagine the Burning Man. Me, my brother, and my little sister were in this huge house, like a mansion size house, and we were upstairs doing what? I don't really know. But then there was this really loud knocking at the front door, and it echoed throughout the entire house. My brother raced down the stairs, and without even asking who it was, he opened the door. Oh no. At the door was a pale man with ragged clothes, and he was holding up his hands, and blood was streaming ew, down them. All of a sudden, he burst into flames. My gosh. But he didn't die. he just chased us around while he was burning alive. My God. Ooh. That is such a weird one. Okay, sister in a sack. Okay. I had a dream where I was on a bus and I had a big canvas sack in my arms. I peeked into the bag and my little sister was inside. She was dying and I had to get her to the hospital. I kept asking the bus driver when we were going to arrive, and he kept telling me soon. I kept peeking into the bag to check on my sister. She seemed to be getting worse and worse. We never seemed to arrive at the hospital, and eventually, when I peeked into the sack, all I found inside were my sister's bones. Uh-uh. No comment. Morbid. Yeah, call me morbid, Sandra. Okay. Oh, sorry for the title for this one. Decapitated Head is the title of this story. Well, this dream. It's not a story, it's a dream. I was sentenced to death by decapitation for an unspecific crime. They put my head on a chopping block and the blade came down. Next thing I remember, I was walking around this weird town, stepping really carefully and trying to keep my head balanced on the stump of my neck. Come on, this must be a joke or something. Gruesome, ew, yeah. Okay, this one is called Dad, You're Not Funny. I used to have this nightmare all the time where I'd be with my dad and all of a sudden he'd get this look of horror on his face and pointed behind me and let out this terrifying scream. And I turned around expecting something horrible, but there was nothing. the Then he'd start laughing and give me a hug and tell me he was just kidding. Okay. Then 5 minutes later, he'd do the act same the same again, and I'd have the exact same gut wrenching feeling that something horrible was going to happen. But when I turned around, there would be nothing there. So he would tease him every 5 minutes. Okay, funny Joker. Oh, this one's scary. Oh, and it's the last one. Ooh, that is scary. What a scary night we had. I'd freak out. You pretend you're okay. And, oh my God. Ah! What? You turn around, there's nothing. I'd be mad. Okay, this is the last story for tonight. It's called Dead People in the Fog. Ooh, what are we going to find out here? I had a dream where I went to an amusement park with my friends. Nobody seemed to notice that everything was dark, gray, and decaying. The rides were all broken down and falling apart. I wandered off on my own and came to a park that was covered in fog. I walked into the fog and saw people just walking around looking sad. Then I saw one of my friends who had died years ago. I was thrilled to see him, but he just looked at me sadly. I told him that we had to go meet my friends back at the amusement park. That's when he said, "We can't go to meet them. We're stuck here now for eternity. Even if we go to see them, they won't be able to see us." My friends were outside the fog and they were looking for me. I saw panic, a picnic in a panic in their eyes. Sorry, a picnic in their eyes. A panic in their eyes. I tried shout at them, but they couldn't hear me or see me. I put my hand in my pocket and found my phone. I asked my friend what would happen if I text them. He said he didn't know. No one had ever had a phone before. I typed a message telling my friends what happened. I told them that I was right beside them and asked if they could tell my family that I loved them. I told them to leave and not to enter the fog and that I would miss them. They read the message and started screaming and crying, and after that, they ran away. My friend and I walked back and disappeared into the fog. So that was the last one. It was foggy, Debbie. Oh my, I'm telling you this creepy story. So that is all the nightmares that people shared. I hope they didn't scare you too much. Crossover Paranormal Society, hello and welcome. We are just done with our nightmares for tonight, but it's nice to see you, and you can always catch the replay once this is over. Yeah, I hope everyone sleeps well tonight. I just and lots of decapitations there. Sorry for that. I don't usually have these type of stories, but I guess you can't control your dreams, can you? Well, dreams, they're not dreams at this point. They're really nightmares. So, on that note, if you like this live stream, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more live streams like this. And I really hope you all enjoyed yourself, and thank you very much for stopping by and spending a little time with me. Yes, all these amazing folks. I am so lucky to have them come in and say hi to me. So, on that note, guys, I love you all very much, and I'll be seeing you around somewhere on YouTube on someone else's live or whatever. So, on that note, I will see you all around the broom somewhere. Good night.